Hello, my dear friends. I am so happy you were with me today. Thank you for listening. Thank you for reading. Thank you for walking on this journey with me. Every time I speak here, I imagine we are sitting together, maybe with a warm cup of tea, sharing gentle stories about life. Let me begin with something simple but very real. Many times in life, there is a small voice inside us that says, I cannot do this. It is too hard. I am not ready. Maybe you know this voice. It comes when you try something new. It comes when you face a big challenge. It even comes when you look in the mirror on a difficult morning. This voice can feel strong. It can feel heavy. It can make you stop before you even begin. But do you know something important? There is also another voice inside you. This voice is quiet. It is soft. But it is very powerful. It says, I can try. I can learn. I can do this. This is the voice I want you to listen to. It is the voice of hope. It is the voice of courage. It is the voice of your true self. Remember this. You were not born with self-doubt. You were born with courage. You were born with curiosity. You were born with the desire to learn and to grow. Fear came later. Doubt came later. They came through mistakes, through rejection, through hard and painful moments. But courage never left you. Courage is still inside you right now. Sometimes we think courage means we must be fearless, but that is not true. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward even when you feel fear. Courage is saying yes to yourself, even if your hands shake. Courage is taking one small step, even if your heart is uncertain. So today, let's walk together with this thought. I can do this. Let's keep this sentence close to our hearts. Let's repeat it when we feel weak. Let's whisper it when we feel afraid. Let's remember it when we face something new. Maybe right now, as you read, you do not feel ready. Maybe you do not feel strong. That is okay. You do not need to feel ready to begin. You just need to begin. The first step does not need to be big. It can be very small. But even a small step forward is still a step. And every step you take will bring you closer to your goal. So let us breathe deeply together. Let us open our hearts. Let us take this first step into the journey. Let us walk forward, not with fear, but with courage. And every time the little voice says, I cannot, we will answer gently with, maybe I can. Many people believe that success comes from big actions or big moments. They wait for something special to happen. They wait for the right time, the right plan, or the perfect chance. But the truth is this: real change begins with something very small. It does not always look big. It does not always look exciting, but it is powerful. Think about learning English. Maybe you dream about speaking fluently one day. You imagine yourself traveling, meeting new friends, or talking with people from different countries. That dream is beautiful, but sometimes it feels very far away. You might think, it's too hard. I will never get there. When you think like this, your dream feels heavy and your heart feels tired. But let me ask you, what if you just spoke one sentence today? What if you wrote 3 simple words in your notebook? What if you listened to one short audio clip? That small step is already proof that you can do it. You don't need to do everything at once. You only need to begin with something small. I want to share a story with you. My friend Ali wanted to learn guitar. He loved music, but every time he looked at the guitar, he felt nervous. The guitar looked big and difficult. He thought, I will never play like the people I see on YouTube. They are so good. I am not like them. So for many weeks, he did nothing. He just looked at the guitar and the dream stayed far away. One day, I spoke to Ali. I told him, don't try to play a full song today. Just hold the guitar in your hands, touch it, feel it, and then play only one string. That is enough for today. He laughed because it sounded too easy, but he tried. He held the guitar and he played one string. That was all. The next day he tried again. This time he played 2 strings. The day after he tried 3 strings. Little by little he felt more comfortable. Slowly, after some weeks, he could play his first song. He was so happy. He smiled and said, I did it! Why was Ali successful? Not because he was fearless, not because he was special, but because he took small steps, and those small steps became big progress over time. This is also true for you. Whatever dream you have, learning English, starting a new project, or building a better life, it does not begin with one big jump. It begins with one small win, and every small win gives you energy for the next one. Every time you take a small step, I want you to say to yourself, I did this. I can do this. These words are important. They remind your heart that you are growing. They remind your mind that you are moving forward. Confidence does not come first. Action comes first, and confidence grows from action. Imagine a plant. If you wait for the plant to grow without planting the seed, nothing will happen. You must plant the seed first. That small seed is action. Then, with time, the plant grows. That plant is confidence. So please, my dear friend, do not wait for tomorrow. Do not wait for the perfect plan. Do not wait until you feel ready. Start with a small step today. Maybe you read 1 page in English. Maybe you write 1 short sentence. Maybe you practice for 5 minutes. It may feel small, but it is not. It is the beginning of something big. Remember this, every small step will whisper to your heart, see, you can do this. And when you listen to that whisper, your courage grows. Step by step, day by day, you will see that small things become big changes. So let's take one small step today, together. My dear friend, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you were trying your best, but the progress was very slow? Maybe you studied English words for 1 week, but then after a few days, you forgot many of them. Maybe you tried to do exercise every day for 1 month, but then you stopped for some time. And when this happened, you thought to yourself, I failed. I cannot do this. But I want to tell you something important. This is not failure. This is part of the journey. Life is not a straight road. Growth is not a straight road. The road of learning and becoming better has many turns. Sometimes you walk fast. Sometimes you walk slow. Sometimes you even stop for a while. But even when you are moving slowly, you are still moving. You are still on the path. Think about nature. A flower does not bloom every day. Some days the flower is open and beautiful, but other days the flower closes and rests. Some days the flower grows roots under the ground. You cannot see the roots, but they are still growing. They are still important. Without strong roots, the flower cannot grow tall. You are like that flower. Some days your progress is clear. You learn something new, you remember many words, and you feel proud. But other days you forget, you repeat mistakes, or you feel weak. That is okay. You are still learning. You are still growing, even when you cannot see it. I remember when I started recording my first podcast, I was very excited. I made the first episodes and it felt good. I felt strong and happy. But then, after some weeks, the number of people who listened became small. I felt very sad. I thought, maybe I should stop. Maybe I am not good enough. Maybe no one cares. But then I stopped and thought again. I asked myself, does one slow week mean I failed? Does it mean I am not good enough? The answer was no. One slow week does not erase all the work I did before. A dip is not the end of the road. It is just a part of the road. So I continued. I kept recording, I kept speaking, I kept sharing. And slowly the listeners grew again. Your journey will also be like this. Sometimes you will feel strong and confident. Sometimes you will feel weak and tired. But each time you continue, even when you feel slow, you prove again, I can do this. So if today feels heavy, please do not give up. If you are tired, you can rest. If you feel sad, you can take a break. But do not quit, because even when you walk slowly, you are still walking. You are still on the road. You are still moving forward. And one day, you will look back and see that every step, even the small ones, even the slow ones, brought you closer to your dream. Many people think that bravery is always something very big. They imagine a soldier in war, or a firefighter saving people from a burning house, or a famous leader speaking to thousands of people. Yes, these things are also bravery, but bravery is not always big. Bravery is often very small. Bravery is quiet. Bravery can live in your daily life. Bravery is when you wake up in the morning, even when you feel very tired, and you say, I will try again today. Bravery is when you stand in front of the class and say one short sentence in English, even when your hands shake. Bravery is when you try to cook a new food, even if you are not sure it will taste good. Bravery is when you say sorry to a friend, even though it is difficult. I remember one day when I was younger, I had to speak in front of my class at school. It was a simple presentation, only 3 minutes, but I was very nervous. My heart was beating very fast, and I wanted to hide. I thought, what if I forget my words? What if people laugh at me? I almost wanted to say, no, I cannot do it. But inside, another voice said, try, just try, even if you are afraid. So I stood up, walked to the front, and spoke. My voice was not loud, my words were not perfect. But I finished, and my teacher smiled at me and said, well done. That moment gave me courage. It was not perfect. I still made mistakes. But it was brave because I acted, even when I was afraid. Later, when I had to speak again, I remembered that first time. I told myself I was scared, but I did it. I can do it again. That small memory gave me strength. Maybe you also have a moment like this in your life. Maybe you remember a time when you tried something scary. Maybe talking to a new person. Maybe going to a new school. Maybe trying English for the first time. You were nervous, but you did it anyway. That is real bravery. Now, maybe you are facing something new again. Maybe you want to learn English, but you think, I am not ready. I am not brave enough. Maybe you want to apply for a new job, or travel to another city, or speak to someone important. Inside, you feel fear. You feel your heart beating fast. You feel your hands shaking, and you think, I cannot do this. But I want to tell you something true. You do not need to feel brave to be brave. Bravery is not when fear is gone. Bravery is when you move forward while fear is still inside you. Bravery is when you take one small step, even if you are shaking. So start small. Start scared. Start unsure. Just start. Every small action is important. Every time you act, your courage grows. One day, you will look back and say, that moment when I was afraid was the beginning of my courage. So say this with me now. I can do this, even if I am scared. So here we are, my dear friends, at the end of this little journey today. Let us return to the simple sentence, I can do this. It looks small, but it is very powerful. Many people think that belief comes only at the end of the road. They say to themselves, when I succeed, I will believe in myself. When I am perfect, I will be proud. When other people see my progress, then I will finally feel strong. But this is not true. Belief does not wait at the finish line. Belief walks with you, step by step, even when you cannot see it. Right now, even if you doubt yourself, even if you feel slow or behind, you are already becoming the person you need to be. Why? Because you are trying, you are learning, you are still here, listening, reading, and growing, and that matters more than you know. Every small action, every small choice is a seed for your future. Think of a tree. A tree does not wake up and say, I must hurry, I must be tall today. No. A tree simply grows, little by little, season by season. First, there is only a seed, then a small root, then a small stem, then branches and leaves. Slowly, over time, it becomes strong and full of life. You are the same. You do not need to force yourself to be perfect. You only need to keep growing, gently, naturally, one day at a time. So the next time you hear that little voice inside you saying, "You cannot do this, you are not enough," pause for a moment. Take a deep breath, listen carefully, and then answer with your true voice, "Yes, I can." Maybe not perfectly, maybe not fast, but I can. Because the truth is simple. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not too late. You are on your own path at your own speed. Every step, even the smallest step, is part of your becoming. So today, I want you to carry this thought with you like a small light in your pocket. You do not need to be fearless. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to believe, even a little. Whisper to yourself when you feel weak, "I can do this." And remember, you are not alone. I believe in you. Truly, I do. Thank you for being here with me, for sharing this time, and for allowing me to walk beside you. Until next time, take care, breathe gently, and never forget, you can do this.